Hello everyone, my name is Kronos, you can call me Kronos if you want. I will call you Betty and Bob from now on. Who am I? What I'm doing here? I don't know, to be honest. Now, being serious, I'm just a regular boy that I started to do these monologues, we'll call it, podcasts, whatever you want. So, let's start from the beginning. I'm just a foreigner, Spanish guy living here in London right now. I always receive some critiques that I talk too fast. So I thought, maybe I should practice my English. So I should do something where I can see how I pronounce, how I vocalize, or however you say. And I thought, well, maybe I can record myself and at the same time force myself to pronounce better, to speak slower. That's what I'm doing. I will talk about whatever I want, whatever I like, and share it with you people. Now that the internet is so free, well, more or less, so open, to give an opportunity to this. So yeah, welcome to what I call a small talk with Kronos. My name's Kronos. You are Betty and Bob. Nice to meet you, Betty and Bob. So what are we going to speak today? Well, first of all, a little bit of presentation. Again, as I said before, I'm Spanish, from the south of Spain. Hot weather we have there, 50 degrees in the summer. We can reach 50 Celsius degrees. Not Fahrenheit. I don't understand Fahrenheit. I will never understand Fahrenheit. I don't know why people use Fahrenheit, to be honest. Fahrenheit, I think, is the 0 Fahrenheit is like the lowest temperature reached in a winter in the 19th century or something like that. And the highest temperature in the Fahrenheit scale is like the blood temperature of a horse, I think? Something like that? I'm not sure. Yeah. So I was looking at, Spanish guy, living in London. What am I doing in London, you ask? Well, I'm doing a master's degree here. About what? Forensic science. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. It sounds exciting, it sounds so thrilling. Something that comes from the TV shows, CSI and that stuff. Nothing, how do you say that? Well, not so like TV shows, to be honest. What is forensic science, first of all? Well, forensic science is the use of scientific knowledge to help in a legal case, to help the court to reach a decision whether the complainant and the defendant is guilty or not. And this involves different types of areas of knowledge. Chemistry for the drug analysis, gunpowder analysis, explosives analysis. I quite enjoy explosive analysis. But that's a lot of pure chemistry, inorganic and organic chemistry. And also the typical biology, like DNA analysis, but also body fluids analysis, and new and more modern techniques involving different types of DNA that we are not going to dwell right now. Also, we have some study of BPA, blood pattern analysis. This is to study the size and the shapes of blood spots, blood stains on surfaces, to determine what was the chain of events, what happened in that situation. So yeah, it's interesting. I really love that. I really love the master I'm doing right now because it involves so many areas. That's what I really love, to study, to learn of so many fields. It can be exhausting at times, quite demanding, this master, but I really enjoy it. I'm not going to tell what university it is because they're not paying me, so I'm not going to bother about publicity. But if you come from a background that is biology, chemistry, biochemistry, biotechnology, or even pharmacy, like my case, I study pharmacy as my undergrad. I'm a pharmacist. Forensic science is a thrilling and very exciting career. I really recommend it. If you like to solve puzzles, if you love to apply a rational thought or what happened. I'm now realizing that I promised myself to speak slowly here, and I think I speak like really fast. Yeah, so that's forensic science. I'm living in London. I've been living in London right now for 6 months, maybe, yeah. And I still have to live another 6 months, more or less. I love London. There is this typical hype about London. The first days you arrive, everything is so exciting. You see the double deckers, you see Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square, Westminster. Everything is so new. And then you see in the bad side as well. So many people, so crowded. My god, so many people in the tube. I just can't bear it. Seriously, the tube is crazy. And I come from a place, from a city in Spain that is not so big, to be honest, as London. I mean, London has 8 million habitants, something like that. Spain has around 47,000 million inhabitants. No, 40 million inhabitants. I don't remember how many inhabitants in Spain. Nevertheless, my hometown doesn't have as many inhabitants as London, so coping with so many people is quite stressful sometimes, but you get a hand on it. At first I was really scared about not being able to know the bus lines, or the bus routes, and the tube lines, but you get used to it. You've been running on it several times. So yeah, it's a good place. You have many things to see, many places to visit, many events. The Comic Con, I went to the Comic Con, the last Comic Con, it was amazing. It was simply incredible to see so many people there. I went with some friends from my master. I love those friends. They are incredible. They're really nice girls. We went there. It was so cool. It was my first big official Comic Con. I've been in other comic book events, but nothing like the Comic Con. And yeah, it was simply a great experience. So many things to buy, especially badges. Yeah, especially badges. I love to buy badges. Button badges, I think that's the correct pronunciation. Yep, I've got like 25, 30 badges right now, and I want to buy more and more. And yeah, there were also the Yogscast. Oh my god, I love those YouTubers. I mean, it's not like I'm a crazy fangirl, but I enjoy their videos. I know there's quite a controversy around them, but I think they are nice guys and girls. And I'm quite fond of them because I discovered the Yogscast when I was having quite a rough time, and they really cheered me up and helped me to get out of that situation. So yeah, they were great. I always wanted to meet them. Sadly, during that Comic Con, although they were there and they were signing autographs, I didn't bother to wait for the line because the line was extremely long and there wasn't enough time, and I didn't want my friends to wait for me because they weren't interested in seeing the Yogscast. Maybe another day, in the next Comic Con in May, who knows. I would like to meet them. Yeah. So yeah, what was I talking? Yeah, the London, so many things, so many events. The Comic Con, another event that I've been there recently was the gaming market, the London gaming market. So this is like a small event, quite smaller than the Comic Con, where people say retro games, old school games, especially Atari, Sega, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 games. They also sell board games, Cards Against Humanity, D&D, and other stuff. I was really looking forward for it. I went with the same friends as the ones I came with to the Comic Con, and what was I talking about? Yeah. Yeah, I was especially looking forward to see a chip for a reasonable price, Sega Saturn. That was my first console, well, the first console in my house when I was a really small child. Maybe I was 3-4 years old. And I remember we had two games. We had the first Tomb Raider game, one of the first Tomb Raider games for Sega Saturn, and we also had this game which was my first favorite game and my first RPG game, Shining Force 3. It was so amazing. I really loved that game. I could spend hours and hours playing that game. The only thing is, the only problem was that the game was in English, and at that time, so a small Spanish child, I didn't know English. I didn't know how to speak English or how to read English, so I had to ask my father to translate the English for me while I was playing. But nevertheless, I really enjoyed that game, and I was really looking forward to find a new Sega Saturn, because the one that we had, the internal memory of that Sega Saturn was damaged, so you couldn't save a game. And I was trying to find one, but the prices were still too high for me. So yeah, maybe another day, an online place, I will find another one. Yeah, who knows, who knows. But yeah. So that's most of it. London, many events, many places. I really recommend you to, if you've never been in London, I really recommend it, at least to see some places. And also there are you don't need to go to the typical places that everyone goes, like Westminster, like what else? London Eye, museums. Well, I do recommend the Natural History Museum. It's one of my favorite places in London. But there are other places that are not so well known in London, and they are really impressive. Newell's Yard is a really small hidden place that I found just by chance while I was taking a stroll around London. The Hunterian Museum in the Royal Society of Surgeons, that's really good, unless you are of, how you say in English, of weak stomach, because it's like a very large collection of limbs, human and animal limbs, and human and animal organs in crystal jars. It's really cool place. What else? There's also the Sir John Swan's Museum, I think it's called like that. This museum is placed in the original house of this man, Sir John Swans, who was the architecture of architecture? Yeah? No? Is that the profession? I think so. The man, well, yeah. So he designed the Bank of England, and he had a huge collection of art, sculptures, paintings, any other decoration elements. So you go there, and it's really cool. I mean, it's a very small, typical Victorian house here in London, in a small park, and it's right in front of the Hunterian Museum, the Royal Society of Surgeons. So you go there, you go inside, you don't have to pay anything, it's free. Yeah, you go inside the house. It's really dark. They have pulled down all the curtains, and there is no electric light, only candles around the place. So it's quite spooky, but at the same time it has this mysterious atmosphere. So it's really cool. And in the basement of the house there is like a crypt, family crypt. There is a sarcophagus of one of the pharaohs. I don't know which pharaoh was it. But yeah, it's quite an interesting place. So that's what I'm saying, that London is not only the Big Ben, the London Eye, and the British Museum, sorry. There are many other places to visit in London, or even just spend some time in the parks. I love going around the parks in London. But yeah, it's really cool. Another interesting thing that I found, well, not interesting but more or less like frustrating, is the situation of the cinemas, the films here in London. I mean, the tickets are outrageously expensive. If I go to a regular cinema here, not maybe in the main center of the city, but Zone 2, something like that, and using my discount as a student, it will cost me like £7-8, something like that. So yeah, that's pretty expensive, to be honest, compared to cinemas in Spain, where I'm from. Ticket for a film will cost me around €5. That's like £3, something like that. Yep, like £3. And there are some special days where in some cinemas they are pretty cheap, like this offer that they have, this special day. It will cost you like €3. That's around £2, maybe. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah. So yeah, really expensive. So I've not been I've gone to the cinema many times since I've been here in London since I've arrived. I think I've gone to the cinema 2 times in these 2 months, and that's quite sad because I really enjoy going to the cinema. The 2 films I've watched here in London were The Hateful Eight by Quentin Tarantino and Deadpool. So the first one, The Hateful Eight by Quentin Tarantino, I found it quite disappointing, and to be honest, it was the first film that I went to watch here in London, and I went with my friends from the master's degree. I convinced them to come with me because I really enjoy Tarantino's films, his style. Especially I loved how he uses the camera, the angles. It's really cool. But this film, how to say, it's like the last 45-30 minutes of the film is like they are not necessary. You don't need to put them there. It's like an excess. Yeah, I think the film will be perfect if you just take those last minutes, and it will be fantastic. But when you reach those last half an hour, 45 minutes, you just feel like, what I'm doing here, what I'm watching. So yeah. Nevertheless, there were some good points. I really liked the beginning of the film, how he introduced the different characters with their different origins, personalities, etc. And as always, from Tarantino, I loved how he uses the camera in that film, the angles, especially at the beginning, those views of the winter, of the snowy fields, and the chariot, and everything. It's really cool. On the other hand, Deadpool. Well, I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of Deadpool, but I really enjoy his comics. I've been reading Deadpool for the last 5 years, something like that. Yeah, 5-6 years. I'm not like an extreme fan. I don't know every aspect and detail of the character, but I do really enjoy reading his comics. It is my favorite comic character and my favorite Marvel character. So I was really looking forward to watch that film. I didn't watch the premiere because I was studying for exams, and also I wanted to wait for my friends because they also had some different things that they had to do, and we were waiting for a day that we could all go together. So we went together in the end, 2 or 3 weeks after the premiere, and it was incredible. It was awesome. I was quite afraid that they would disappoint the fans, that they wouldn't be able to be loyal to the character, but they did. It was a great job. I really loved Ryan Reynolds doing working as Deadpool. I think it was quite interesting. Yeah, I mean, I know there are some critics around the films. Yeah, people saying that maybe it's too simplistic, that it's only using the easy joke with the sexual jokes, the scat jokes, and all that stuff. I mean, most of the comics of Deadpool are like that, although I must admit that it quite exaggerates that situation, those gags in the film. They're quite exaggerated, but in the end, Deadpool is just a crazy character that he does whatever he wants, and he plays by his own drum. I think that's an expression in English. I don't know. You will have to correct me later. So yeah, but no, I mean, I think it was a good film. I'm really looking forward to see Ryan Reynolds again as Deadpool in future films, in Deadpool 2 or whatever they do, or maybe other further films that involve Deadpool in some way. Also, I'm looking forward for the people to do a film about my other favorite character from Marvel, Squirrel Girl. I know it's not so well known as other Marvel characters, especially before they released the new comics of the saga, the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Yep. But I love that character. Is so the comics are so colorful and so cheerful and so innocent in a good way. I mean, most of the comics nowadays about a dramatic background story, the lost of an important person in in the life of the character, a tragic situation, a trauma, something like that. So it's refreshing to see comic character that is just good because she wants to be good, because she wants to help other people. She doesn't have any desire of revenge, of I don't know, to clean her sins, stuff like that. She just wants to help, and it's really awesome. Swear girl. So it will be cool to see her in a film, and I don't know who would be a good actress to play a Squirrel Girl. Who could be able to play a Squirrel Girl? Emma Watson? Nah, and it's too mainstream. Emma Watson. I don't know. But yeah, cool character. Oh, and could you imagine to see those two characters, Deadpool and Squirrel Girl, in a film together? It would be difficult to see, to be honest. I mean, if you've read the comics about the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, you've seen that there is a link between those two characters in some way. So the possibility is there, but I don't know. It's like if you put Captain America with Deadpool, that you can see that in the comics as well. But Squirrel Girl will be all the time with Deadpool, like that scene from Captain America from the Avengers, saying language there, Deadpool, behave yourself. So Squirrel Girl, I think, will be the same. Deadpool, don't be a jerk, okay? We're here to beat the guys, to kick some butts and eat some nuts, okay? And Deadpool will be like something like, I do whatever I want. I don't know why I'm talking like this, to be honest. Doesn't look like Deadpool talks, so now I'm just making a fool of myself. Something like that. So yeah. So this is me. This is the person who I'm talking right now. And I think that's all for this podcast, this monologue. It's been a short monologue of, who knows, 20 minutes, something like that, 23 minutes maybe, yeah. And I really enjoy doing this. If you've got any ideas, any other things that you want me to do, any other topics that you want me to talk about, or I can find any other topics. Video games, I really enjoy video games. I've said before, played different types of video games in different platforms. I really enjoy reading books. I also enjoy my studies, and I don't mind talking about what I study, or forensic science. What else? Chocolate. I love chocolate. I love tea. I love turtles and tortoises. Tortoises. What else? Yeah, that's me. So thank you for listening to me until the end. I can't believe that you've been listening to me ranting about random stuff for those 20 and I don't know how many minutes. I just wanted to say thank you to Ben Sound, the creator of all the music used in this video. I mean, his music is awesome and it's free to download. Most of the songs are free to download with free copyright, and you should check it out in his website. I will put it in the description just as a way of thanking him for creating this awesome content that the rest of the people like me can use for projects. So that's it for today. My name is Kronos, and I've enjoyed talking with you, Bob and Betty. See you later.